And then I heard this story that changed my entire life. And the story was this. There's a baby camel and a mother camel. And one day, the baby camel looks up to the mother camel with a lot of curiosity in his eyes and says, "Mom, why do we have long legs and hoofs?" And she said, "Well, son, we have long legs and hoofs because the desert is a very sandy place. And the long legs and hoofs help us walk across the sand." And he said, "Okay, but why do we have humps on our back? Why do we have those?" And she said, "Well, son, the humps on our back help us store water because the desert is a very hot place." He said, "Okay, well, but what about the long eyelashes? Why do we have those?" And she said, "Well, son, we have long eyelashes because the desert also gets very windy and it keeps the sand out of our eyes." And he says, "Well, okay, that makes sense. So we have long legs and hoofs, we have humps on our back, and we have long eyelashes for the desert. Then why do we live in the zoo? Are your gifts in the right environment? Maybe they're not. That's why it makes no sense. That's why everything seems like it's working against the grain of your character. That's why it feels like you're underutilized. That's why it feels like you're making no progress. You're suited for a different terrain, a different environment. Maybe you're a camel in the zoo right now, and you're wondering why it's snowing.